SOFI update here on the 25th. So we hit a new high on Friday, and you can see here I'm on the weekly chart first. Clearly, I've been talking about 18 to 19 bucks potentially being a top as well over the last couple of weeks. So this is 5 waves. We are finishing up this 5th wave. And if you take this bottom first wave and you put it at the bottom of the 4th wave, then we've already hit basically that target, which was 1908. We hit 1846. So if you took profit on Friday, I wouldn't, if you're trading this, then I wouldn't blame you. But I still think that the upside is more likely here, just because we have a supply zone up here. I'm seeing the GEX up around 20 bucks or so. And so I think that it actually makes more sense that we go higher from here. Let's go over on the smaller time frames. This is my best guess for the count. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. This is likely a 4th wave, although I'll give you a few different options here. It could be A, B, back down here to 1650. If that happened, I would probably say that this was the top, because that would mean that we would have to go up another 40% to get up to the target around 22. So I do think that earnings is going to have to be the catalyst to get us up here if we're going to go higher, because this is a crazy move over the last couple of weeks. We're basically up like almost 50%. So I think that earnings has got to be what gets us up there if it's going to happen. I have a count potentially of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then boom, earnings takes us up. I think there's like a $2.50 expected move. That would take us up to like 20 or 21 bucks. The 1.61 fib is at 21.89. That would be a what? Let's see here. That would be a 22% move, I think. Should be right. Yeah, 22% move there. If we're going to go all the way up here to 21.89, expected move is like 12 or 13%. So that's perfectly fine to go up 20% on good earnings and hit the target of 21.89. If it comes down here to 16.50, then yeah, it could be a 4th wave, but I would actually lean towards it potentially already topping out here, because of the fact that this only took like 8 days and we'd be sitting at then like 6 or 7 days for a 4th wave. Doesn't really make that much sense. So I would say if we do come down here, the 4th wave has probably already started, and I think that earnings are going to have to be the catalyst to get us up here to the target into this blue box. So one other thing I'll point out is another target that could potentially be where we go to is the 1.61 fib of just this wave right here. And that's sitting at 21.12. I'll put that up there as well. That would mean that there's a potential that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's only the 3rd wave. So then we'd get to 1, 2, 3, 4, and higher after that. So those are 2 targets I'm looking at, 21.12 and 21.89 for the top into this blue box, which is weekly supply. I think on smaller time frames there's likely another move higher, but again, you can't be confident up here. We've ran so much over the last couple of weeks. I can't confidently say, oh yeah, we're going to 22 bucks. But we should go to 22 bucks based on the 1.61 fib. If we use parallel lines, we've already crossed enough for this to be the end of the 3rd wave. So if we take a parallel line right here, you can see here we crossed already. So this could technically be a 3rd wave. It's done enough. It's done 5 waves on this. And then this would be the start of a 4th wave that would just chop and go sideways. So everything's pointing towards up over the next day or two after earnings, or it could be a really quick pop and then just comes down right away. The GEX is saying around 20 finish for next Friday, so that means we should get one more pop. I'm not extremely confident about it, but if it's going to happen, it's got to happen on earnings. Everything else is positive. We're above all the moving averages, obviously. I'll show you standard deviations too real quick. Another reason why I wouldn't fault you for selling is this. We are pretty far outside the mean. We are sitting at probably 3.5 to 4 standard deviations on the weekly. We got up to 2.5 on this move. On the daily, we still have some room to go higher, which is great. But if we hit this area, it's 100% a sell. 100% a sell, 100% cover calls. You can pretty much probably date them out for a couple of months, and you'd be fine. So, sell area, we'll see what happens. Not really that much more to say, but I am expecting up to probably at least 21 bucks if we get good earnings. So that's it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next video. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen on Monday after earnings.